Hey guys, my name is Pizzulo and welcome back to another segment on, this time, the medications you will need if you already have an ear infection. My last episode video was on how to prevent an ear infection. This will go hand in hand with it. I have everything here for you, both with medications and supplements that you would need to take care of an ear infection if you already have one. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one, as I said in my last video, the number one thing you will need either to prevent or if you have an ear infection is amoxicillin or augment-in. You have to get an antibiotic in your system because that is the only thing that is going to cure an ear infection, also known as glue ear, if it gets to the extreme level. So it's the one thing that doctors forget to recommend. They always like to lead with steroids. Again, as I said before, never lead with steroids, always follow. You have to start with an antibiotic. That is the only thing that is going to work. It does take 24 to 48 hours to go through your system to start being effective. So the quicker you get it in, the better. Please trust me on this. It took me 30 years to learn. Number two, I always like to personally take care of all different avenues to make sure of what I do and what I don't have. So I always take an allergy pill as well because a lot of these head colds can start up from allergies. So you want to make sure you take an allergy pill. It won't hurt. If anything, a lot of these allergy pills have anti-inflammatory substances in them. It will help clear your ear, nose, and nasal passages so you can breathe better. And if it is allergy related, it will take care of the problem as well. So it's never bad to take an allergy medication when you have a head cold that causes an ear infection. Number three, prednisone. It's the number one steroid that doctors will usually prescribe for an ear infection. And the reason is prednisone is an anti-inflammatory and it does act as a decongestant as well. It does a lot of things. It cures a lot of different problems in the short term. These are great to take during just an ear infection because of the properties that it does hold. It's not something you want to take too much of. They come in 5 milligram and 10 milligram tablets. My recommendation is to take, if it's a 10 milligram tablet, at least 2 a day. I take one every 12 hours. You want to keep it in your system at least for 7 days. If you're taking 5 milligram tablets, that would be up to 4. It's up to you, but this is the number one prednisone, number one steroid that doctors will recommend for you that is not injectable, that you can take orally. Number four, and I did not get around to telling you about this in the first video that I did, but this Afrin No Drip Severe Congestion nasal spray you always want to take when you have an ear infection because you have to keep your nasal passages clear. It is vital because the mucus has to drain somewhere from your ears. It's either going to go down through your throat or through your nasal passages so you can blow it out. And Afrin is the number one nose spray that will do it. Most nose sprays will be just fine. The best thing about other nose sprays is you can keep taking them for a longer period of time. Afrin you can take no longer than 3 days. Please do not take it longer than 3 days. It does become habit forming. It says so right on the back. There's a reason why they say that, because you keep needing more nasal spray because your membranes, when Afrin goes in, your membranes automatically shrink, which is why you breathe so fast and so well with Afrin. After about 12 to 24 hours, they start expanding again, but they come back even bigger. And that's why you keep after using more Afrin after 3 days to get it back to where it was. So please, if you do take Afrin, only in extreme emergencies, if your ears from a 1 to 10 were a 8 or more, then I would take Afrin. It will relieve the congestion and break up that mucus quickly and give you temporary relief so the other medication can work. Number 5, another vital piece that you do need is Sudafed. I know this is only over, you have to get this signed for. It is behind the counter, and there's a reason for it. Number 1, as I stated in my last video, because people like to make meth out of it. Number 2, it's because Sudafed, they don't want you taking too much of it. You can overdose from it. I like to take the 24-hour tablets. That's one every 24 hours, obviously. It does wonders, both for anti-inflammatory and to dry up the congestion. Nothing works like Sudafed. You have to have it, whether you're either preventing an ear infection or if you already have one. It is vital to your recovery. This would be number 6, something I didn't get to in my last video. Again, if you already have an ear infection, you're going to want to take Mucinex. Either Mucinex or, in this case, MUCINEX D. The decongestant, hence the D in Mucinex, is Sudafed. So obviously, if you're going to take Mucinex D, you don't need to take the Sudafed because there's already Sudafed in here. This works wonders too. The best thing about Mucinex, it breaks up the phlegm. If you have glue ear, it starts breaking up the phlegm and it allows you to blow it out. So Mucinex does have a unique thing about it, as if you can look at the back of it, it has glutafestin, 600 milligrams of it. It's an expectorant, and it does work great for head colds and ear infections. That's the medication side of it. When we start going into the supplement side, which is something that I touched upon last video on how to prevent an ear infection, you now have to get into the all-natural herbs. And the first one you're going to want to hit is garlic. Nothing works like garlic, because garlic is they call it a super herb because it's an irritant. When you take garlic, they recommend it cleanses, the natural cleanser of your body, so they recommend you taking 2 teaspoons of garlic in the morning. I do this often when I have an ear infection. I take it in the morning with water. You can get it minced garlic already in water. I just take it with some more water, and you let it go through your system, give yourself 20 minutes, and then you can eat whatever you want. And it's an irritant, so it'll go through your entire body and take care of everything that's in there. That includes tapeworms, that includes parasites, stuff you didn't know that you were living in there because of what you've eaten in the past, such as ham, pork, whatever. But it also takes care of all the bad stuff that the head cold or the glue ear has caused, because everything, when you have glue ear, everything stops. Your body stops functioning. You don't feel like eating, you don't feel like moving around, you don't feel like doing anything. You can't get to that point. Garlic will actually start to move everything along. It also gets your digestive system going so you can go to the bathroom regularly. So please, always take garlic at least for 7 days. It does, and not only does it help you cleanse, but it also acts as an antibiotic. So not only would you have augment-in in your system, but you have an all-natural antibiotic taking care of the virus or bacterial infection as well. So garlic is vital. Number 8, sauerkraut. I'm talking about digestive problems. Well, the number 1 all-natural way to get rid of that is through sauerkraut. Sauerkraut, through its fermentation process, has billions of good bacteria. 1 or 2 forkfuls of sauerkraut is the same as having 100 capsules of probiotics like Culturelle, whatever we would take from a pharmacy. Okay, so basically, sauerkraut works wonders for your digestive system, and it provides you with the probiotics you naturally lose when you have a head cold ear infection that causes glue ear, because your immune system is working overtime to fight the infection. Therefore, this provides and helps your immune system as well and provides you the necessary probiotics that you do need. Okay, 9, 10, and 11. If you like tea, these all go in the same category. What I like to do is ginger, you have peppermint, and you have cinnamon. All these three things are vital because they, like garlic, have natural properties that have anti-inflammatory agents in them, especially when you drink them, to help your system recover quicker. What I like to do is I like to take 1 bag of ginger tea, 1 bag of cinnamon tea, and 1 bag of peppermint. I put them all in a tea kettle and I let them stew for as long as they have to. And what you're going to end up with is a nice little concoction of an herbal tea that will take care of a lot of your problems. Now remember, when you have an ear infection, the worst thing you can possibly do, and people forget this, is, and this kind of goes against what I'm going to actually say here, because when you have hot tea, you don't typically want to have anything hot go into your body. What happens is when you have hot food or hot liquids go into your body, or if you're in a hot climate, it's even worse, because basically what happens is the membranes start to swell up. Cold is what you need, because cold shrinks the membranes that allows the mucus to drain. When you do have heat, heat inflames the membranes. Therefore, it's harder for the mucus to go through your Eustachian tubes that you need so you can get rid of this ear infection. The reason I only say that this is great because it has anti-inflammatory properties in it. It kind of counteracts what most hot liquids and hot foods will do to you. So this is not going to hurt you. It actually helps your body recover, and it does boost your immune system so you can fight off the infection, as well as with the augment-in and the garlic. So this is the one exception to the rule. I would say it's okay to have hot tea with these 3 components in it, but normally you never ever want to have hot liquids or food when you have an ear infection or glue ear, because of that, along with other types of foods like cheese, they create mucus. That's not going to help you. You have to break up the mucus. They always say drink plenty of liquids. That is true. You want to drink cold liquids. The best liquid you could probably drink is water, because it thins out the mucus and again breaks up that glue ear so it can drain through your passages and you can get rid of this problem. So this is a full assortment of what you would need to take care of an ear infection if you already have a head cold and you've gotten to this point. If these things, they should work. I've not had a glue ear in over 5 years now since I've been on this regimen. I've learned it through trial and error. If all else fails, you can always go to the ER and ask for Decadron, which is an injectable steroid that will work in minutes to try to break up the glue ear. Depends on the person how well it works, but it's an extreme measure. Again, I don't want to see you go into the ER. I haven't liked it myself. It's not a pleasurable experience, and there's not too much they can do for you, unfortunately, except inject you with steroids, which is not something you want to get your body used to, because it does start breaking your body down after a period of time. But thank you again for joining me today. I hope these lists of medications and supplements do help you if you do have an ear infection, and please let me know how everything worked out. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.